Welcome to Hot Flash Chronicles, where midlife is messy, menopause is madness, and we're sweating through it together.
We're Angie and Shelly, two caffeine-fueled, slightly inappropriate grandmas who say what everyone's thinking.
So grab a drink, crank up the AC, and let's dive in. Angie.
Shelly?
Guess what? You're never going to guess. You're never going to guess.
Did you buy a new car?
Well, no.
Oh.
But now you've got me thinking...
Maybe
this is going to be a letdown. It's going to totally be a letdown.
Okay, so what did you want me to guess, Shelly?
Well, it's time for another podcast.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I'm very excited about it. This one we're hoping will actually be fun. We've been trying to think of some more lighthearted topics.
Not going off on a rant fest.
And then we seem to go on a tear no matter what we talk about. So
we'll see if we can avoid that.
Today we are going to talk about fashion trends through the years. The ones we've loved, the ones we've hated, the ones we don't want to admit that we actually tried.
The ones we're still doing that we shouldn't be.
The ones we wish would have stuck. Those kind of things.
Yeah.
So as somebody I was born in 1973.
Mm-hmm.
So as a child, I was in the 70s. So, I had those. And then 80s was when I was like a young teen. And then 90s was when I graduated high school, went through my 20s and stuff. So what are some of the ones that that you remember like a beacon in your mind?
Okay.
That, whether, good, bad, or indifferent.
All right. So let's start at childhood because I was born in 1965. So I definitely did some of the 70s stuff as a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally understand when bell bottoms were their first time around, not their 20th revision that we're living in now. And now we call them
I think they're out again.
Or something. Boot cut. I don't know.
Aren't they out again?
No clue.
I don't know.
Today's fashion is very hard to understand. Going back and looking at the old fashion is easier because you can actually see it in your photo albums and see what you're wearing.
Right.
So in the 70s, another thing that happened, it wasn't just like the hippie boho trend, okay? And the 70s also could be when disco, the sparkly disco stuff came in, satin, that kind of stuff. But something that happened for older people, and I've mentioned this in some previous podcasts, is polyester. Got super duper popular in the late 60s, I'd say early 70s.
Are you a fan of polyester, Shelly?
No, not. Now, they've got some blends of it now that are much more tolerable, but the kind they had in the 70s was the really heavy, scratchy kind where they put the line, like they sewed a line in that was supposed to be the crease of your pants.
So here's what I would say. When it comes to descriptors or adjectives of clothing I'm going to wear, I feel like tolerable is not what I want.
Like scratchy.
To be the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead, I would want soft or fuzzy or comfy.
Right. And they have made polyester more
leggings.
Like they blended it with things. But the original ones like could melt and were like a hazard. Like they could catch on fire. They were flammable. And flammable is another word I don't want associated with the clothes that I'm going to wear. I don't necessarily want them to be.
Yeah, we've had some spandex times where spandex was very unforgiving.
Yeah.
When we had like the jazzercise time of
the 1980s where we had the Jane Fonda.
Oh yeah, the
leggings.
80s was like neons and like the Madonna, like the neon fishnet gloves with lace edges or like the big bright shoelaces.
Yeah, color
acid wash jeans.
It's really interesting. Like
acid wash jeans.
Oh yeah, heck yeah. Like I think so let's roll back.
Okay.
Let's finish polyester. I just want to say
the reason
polyester was so exciting for people was, for women especially, is it was one of the first things where you didn't have to commit a lot of time to ironing. And for the first time in fashion history, ironing wasn't a big thing. And I think that's an important marker from the 70s on. We have had clothes now that you do not have to iron. Now, just imagine having to iron all your stuff all the time.
Can I tell you, I don't know if I even own an iron, and I definitely don't own an ironing board.
Yeah. But you
I literally don't even own one.
If you didn't want to look like wrinkly, that is a revolution. We'll say the 1970s, the invention of polyester set us off on a whole new journey in fashion.
It did.
That's it. And now we can talk about all the fun stuff.
Yeah,
because
the 80s was
color is a big part of fashion.
Yeah, and I remember in the 80s it was like light gray and light pink put together a lot.
Yeah.
And there was leg warmers, and there were all of these like really vibrant neons and the big bows in
So
the
that
hair.
was the late 80s. That was the late
Yeah,
80s.
yeah, fair.
Going into the early 80s, there was a big revival of like the Prairie look, like Little House on the
Yes, like
Prairie.
Holly Hobby.
Yeah, and there was like gunny sack dress. I'm going to say things that people our age are totally. Gunny sack dresses were at the prom.
Culottes.
Culottes and gaucho pants. Remember?
Like MC Hammer gaucho pants?
They kind of were. They were like poofy, like horse riding pants. They kind of looked like that, where they were flared out, and then they'd go in at those were not flattering on my white hips, but I wore them because it was 8th grade and I needed my gaucho pants.
Yeah, so we had lots of. I mean, I remember like the acid washed and the torn stuff, and the the jelly bracelets and the jelly shoes.
Remember jelly
shoes?
Yes,
those
absolutely.
were like, you had to have them in every color.
You know what? They didn't smell good because you didn't wear socks.
Also probably flammable.
Probably flammable, and they would kind of retain the smell of your foot, and your foot would get kind of sweaty in them. So I don't know that was the best, but they were cute. Yeah.
Shoulder pads, lots of shoulder pads.
Dynasty. Think Dynasty, you guys.
Oh
think
my gosh.
all those big shoulder
like the
pads.
nautical blazer with the big gold buttons and huge shoulder pads.
Why are you shaming
look like
people?
a little...
That's totally. I love that look.
Shelly might still rock that a little bit.
I might. There's a chance that nautical with the big gold button with shoulder pads would totally still appeal to me.
Why wouldn't you?
Not gonna lie.
So we're talking a lot about women's fashions, but let's talk about what the guys wore.
I don't know. Wasn't paying attention to them too much.
So
but they did have. Well, I remember Izod shirts in the 80s were preppy. The preppy look. We can't
Varney. Everything was Varney.
Yeah,
and those were. Yeah.
Yeah. So
guys were very preppy, or they were. I mean, that starts from
or surfer dudes. There was kind of a surfer dude culture with the board shorts and that kind of stuff started in the 80s. Parachute material.
Those pants. Like the plaid.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't think of the brand name. I can't.
But do remember that they definitely had parachute pants,
like pastel plaid kind of shorts and shit, like Bermuda shorts. Yeah. And guys had a lot of if you think like Miami Vice.
Silk baseball jackets for girls and guys. It was
members only.
Yes.
Yep, all of those kind of things. I remember my dad having also polyester patterned, like half buttoned up.
Oh yeah. Yes, the polyester button up shirt and with a print on it, like of a mountain or a desert
or coyotes
or wolves at the moon. My dad had some of that. My dad had they looked like buckskin boots with fringe on the side, like Jeremiah Johnson in the 1970s. Yeah, there's a lot of cultural appropriation.
A blink of a moment, my dad had a really tight perm.
So did mine.
And it was very poofy. Imagine Helmut with like his poofy with his little polyester half buttoned up shirt.
And there was like polyester
maybe some hip hugger kind of
3-piece men's suits, like polyester with big.
My dad has always been very attractive.
Wide lapels. Yeah, and oh my gosh, big belt buckles. There was all boots, like the cowboy.
Didn't do any of that. He definitely did the members only, the Izods, the the golfy kind of look, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I forget about guys trends too. And then when we roll into like the 80s and then starting to roll into the 90s is when grunge hit. That's when Nirvana hit, Soundgarden, and
I have some inside scoop on the flannel shirt that was grunge, because I did go to school with Kurt Cobain and Matt Lukin and Buzz Osborne. These are all people in grunge, very prominent in grunge music. So here's what the deal is on the flannel shirt, y'all.
Oh my God, you're going to get a history lesson.
We were from Montesano, Washington, right? A very small farming town in Washington State. And all those guys in the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th grade, that's when Kurt was actually in Montesano before he went to Aberdeen, but he remained in bands and stuff with all these guys. You guys, they lived on farms and everybody shopped at Sears, and we all wore Sears and Roebuck tough skin jeans and flannel shirts.
Why?
That's because we were on farms. It was farmland and it was cheap. So everybody in school, the girls and the guys, we all in the early 1980s, late 70s, were wearing flannel shirts as part of our farm fashion. And I believe a lot of what you saw in that grunge era was literally these guys who were poor as AF wearing their shit from high school, probably their old, worn out, distressed flannel shirts.
Trying to look
and
like,
just not caring because they were dudes who didn't care, and it became a fashion trend. But that was very Montesano farm country wear.
so the whole grunge alternative fashion sense came from Kurt Cobain being raised on a farm.
In a farm town
Interesting.
in Montesano. It's just my theory, but I stick
think
with
you're probably
it.
right. Like
and those guys were poor. They didn't have a lot of money. They weren't going to be going out and buying whatever the silk members only jacket was. That was not going to be what they wore. So it's just a theory, but I think it's a good one.
Yeah. Do you remember stirrup pants? I don't know why that just crossed my mind.
Yes,
I was thinking about leg warmers. I was thinking about leg warmers, and you had like the track suits.
You know,
were we just like ready to jazzercise at any given moment?
Stirrup pants were so that they would fit in your riding boots. That's really stirrups, like stirrup going into a horse stirrup. That's where they originate from. Jockeys didn't want their pants to slip out of their boots, so that's really how that became a fashion.
Everybody wore stirrups.
Yeah, and you would wear them
it was a
where you could see them going into your tennis shoe.
Oh, totally.
You didn't wear boots.
And your jelly jelly sandals.
God, we sound fashion.
I know. Or Crocs. The Crocs are still around.
They came back. They made it back hard.
I know multiple.
My grandkids love Crocs. They both wear Crocs.
I know multiple people who have had toenails literally come removed, like completely from putting their foot into a Croc.
Okay, listen. Here's the deal.
Okay,
on Crocs.
listen. I'm listening.
Let's listen up on this. Them things is ugly. They really are not. I don't know. They look like Dutch boy shoes, like the little guy who put his finger in the wall to hold the water in, the little Dutch boy with that little clogs. That's what. Do you know
what?
The finger in the dike, the whole finger in the dike in Holland. Don't you know about that?
I do not.
Okay, you guys do. Angie doesn't, but there's a whole story of a little boy
I thought you were going to be
kept the dike from breaking it,
like
but he
the guy
had
who
Dutch
put his thing
shoes.
into a pie and it came out as a.
No, go look it up. Okay. You need to chat GPT that shit. So anyway, Holland little cloggy things is what
I know what Holland clogs are.
That's what they look like to me.
Yeah.
The Crocs, and that they have holes in them and why. I don't get them. I don't understand them. They're clunky and plastic and weird, but a lot of people really freaking love them. And there's whole
I don't think
stores
they're comfortable.
I
find them
my
comfortable
big
personally.
Flat Fred Flintstone foot does not like them. Doesn't like them. Doesn't like them. Not at all. But shoes are a whole.
Oh yeah, and then I mean we don't even really need to get into hair.
Waffle Stompers from the 80s. Do you remember Waffle Stompers? You might have been too young.
Stomper?
It was just like kind of a boot shoe that had really deep grooves in the bottom. So when you'd step, like workman boots. Sorry, I'm clicking the table. So they look kind of like workman boots.
Like Doc Martens?
Kind of. Yeah, okay. But they were called waffle stompers because when you step in the mud, it would leave the full imprint like a tire does, but from your shoe.
I remember Keds.
Gas shoes.
Keds were a big thing.
Yeah.
And Vans. I think Vans
Buster Brown.
Come back. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And pedal pushers.
That's shoe. That's that's not a shoe.
I thought we were talking about shoes.
That's pants. That's like clam digger pants, like what they call them, capris.
Yeah.
That's what pedal pushers are. From the 1950s, they called them pedal pushers.
What are some things that you're glad are gone?
Oh, the gaucho pants. Those were not flattering at all.
Okay.
And I didn't like those. And I'm kind of glad that the whole Prairie thing made its seen and left. That Prairie patterns up to your neck, buttoned up with a little ribbon, a silk ribbon that you made a little bow out of. That was gross. I didn't like. I mean, not. That wasn't flattering. There's a lot of things when you look back, you're just like, God, that was not flattering. Like, why?
Do you know what's funny is any time that you're looking at your clothes, like these aren't going to go out of style. Like what I'm wearing right now, I'm wearing if you're not watching, I'm wearing like a dress shirt of sorts that's like tan with some small geometric shapes that has like some ribbing down it. I don't see a reality where this would be out of style, but I imagine in 10 years I'll be like, "Whoa, go
What
back
was
and
I
watch
doing?
that podcast."
What was I doing? Now this, I feel like what I'm wearing here, I'm wearing just a white kind of linen
Yeah, button-up shirt.
button-up shirt. Now, I do think these are I've seen something like this in the 50s, 60s. There's always a basic white tailored shirt.
Mhm.
There are things that are classics. Like you could have and you'll see things like it'll be like this is a vintage whatever, they'll name the brand.
Mhm.
It's a vintage Yves Saint Laurent or something like that. And it's like you can look in the 60s, the 70s, 80s and 90s and that thing will still be in style, a Gucci, whatever. There are Chanel, there are some brands, some styles that are just so simple that they're gonna make it through any part of any basic wardrobe, probably in any decade.
Mm.
So they're usually very plain. They're usually just what I would call the
Yeah, like your black
staples.
pencil skirt or,
Yes.
like a black dress. So I think it's something that has come up over the last 10 years, I think, is a capsule wardrobe where it's like you have just like 10
Mm-hmm.
pieces that you can build around. Like when I travel, I will have like a base few things and then just supplement them in so they can be
Yep.
used different ways. And I think that that's a really cool way to have a wardrobe as well.
Yeah. Well,
But
there's some people like when they get into being like living in tiny houses and being minimalist, that's exactly the kinds of because you don't have a lot of closet space. A lot of them are you can wrap them up like they're made so you can travel. They don't wrinkle, so they're nice. Like some of them are they're just very classic, simple looking pieces. It's got a V-neck. It's got a round neck. Pants that are like just straight black pants.
yeah,
So it's like I think that if you want to always look in style. Dressing really simple seems to be
right.
a way to do that
For sure. Yeah, and like what
in
you're
any
wearing, I
decade.
don't think would go out of style because I can't imagine.
I've got like
She's
some
got like
flared
blue
jeans,
jeans and a white flannel button-up shirt or flannel. Linen is what
linen.
I meant,
Yeah.
not flannel.
So there are some things, but jean styles, even jeans do go through like there's times when straight leg high waist is in. There's time when low riding. Remember the 90s, early into the early 2000s, when my teenage daughter at the time, her butt crack showed. They were so low riding. The low riding jeans were so low riding that your butt crack would show.
That was
I
a whole
hated
trend
that.
that I hope is almost
And
out.
you'd wear
It's
your
guys wearing
thong.
their pants.
Remember, you'd wear your whale tail, your
I did
thong
not, in
above.
fact.
No, I didn't either. I was not going to be a
Never been a
mom
fan
with a
of
whale tail.
thongs.
That
Like, that's just like,
that would be a good call name on mom with a whale tail would be a great TikTok name.
is that what the whale tail means? Is a
Yeah,
thong?
it's the thong. Yeah, it was the thong above the jeans, you guys. That was fashion.
Tail, but I didn't know.
Yeah, would you wear that
No,
ever? I don't want to wear a thong.
no.
I don't want to.
So
I think that
uncomfortable. I don't
I
care what
tried
my
it one
ass
time.
looks like.
I tried it one time and it just felt like I had the worst wedgie I've ever had in my life. And I was like, my butt is hanging out all over the place. What is happening? That's what I thought the whole time I was wearing it. I hate this. This is so uncomfortable. And I don't even know if I lasted a half hour in it. I don't even think I did. And then somebody was telling me, like, oh, after you develop a callus, you don't feel it. What the? Are you?
I
What?
didn't want a callus where a thong would get stuck.
In my butt crack? A callus? Why? Why did you need a callus to wear this?
Yeah, and no shade to people that love them. I do not.
I hope you don't have a callus. I
Yeah.
hope that's not true.
So,
What are
and then
you
if
wearing
we
that gives
think
you a
of
callus?
like, if we're rolling into like the 2000s and 2010s, just wearing pajamas straight up anywhere.
Yeah, that I
Like
remember.
the really like
Yeah.
the whole style, it seems like for a few years was I just woke up from a nap. Is
Yeah.
kind of the whole.
I think
Like
there
I
was a
have a
whole
messy
decade
bun
of
right
that.
now, but it's like all messy bun and things are
But
you're kind of disheveled
and then they
intentionally.
kind of morphed that into athleisure,
Yeah.
where it's kind of half like workout wear, half like pajamas, soft materials
Mm.
that are very like the soft yoga pants. Like I've
Or like the
totally,
LuLaRoe buttery
yeah.
soft leggings. I have so
I think those
they're so
really
comfy.
developed out of everybody wanting
Mhm.
to have an excuse to wear their pajamas in public, but not have them be actual pajamas.
I imagine that like television and movies and stuff influenced a lot of trends because like if
Absolutely.
you think why did shoulder pads make it probably because of things like Dynasty
Sure.
or things
Yeah.
like that. So if a movie comes out that is like
The
Last
Devil
of the
Wears
Mohicans or
Prada.
something,
Yeah.
then people are gonna wear stuff that's
There
more
might be a
boho.
trend.
Yeah. because, if the people in there are attractive.
Or like if a celebrity does something, like people started dressing like Madonna, people started dressing like Michael Jackson. Sometimes there is a person or a celebrity, singer, actor, whatever, that starts a trend. Like
Mhm.
they'll wear something backwards, like a hat, like Ashton Kutcher and trucker hats. He
Yeah.
made those really
Yep.
popular. So there can be someone who, an icon or something, that will start a thing, literally start a thing.
Yeah.
And we'll all like go spend lots of money to look like, ridiculous dorks because Ashton Kutcher did it and he could pull it off. That doesn't mean you can. Here's my whole thing on fashion. I wear what I want.
There you
I
go.
just wear what I want. And I don't care. Like they'll say, if you're over 40, never be caught dead in this. And the minute I see that, I'm like, I want to go see what that thing is. They're saying I shouldn't be caught dead, and I want to go buy 10 of them. And
Yeah.
I want to wear them every fucking day because I'm going to wear what I want.
Yeah, you are.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Like who tells other people what the fuck to wear? People who are trying to sell shit. That's who.
That one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, don't wear this thing. You should, if you're over 50, you should be wearing this. No, and don't do your hair like this. Do what you want. Wear what you want.
And it
Look how
used to
you
be
want.
that traditionally, plus size clothes were very like moo and matronly and baggy,
Weird
trying to hide yourself. And now
patterns.
they've come out with some really cute plus size stuff, which
Yeah.
makes me happy to wear. No matter what size you are, you can wear the current trends, and I
Yeah, I
love
think
that.
one of the stores I really like, we'll give a shout out to Torrid. Before I had my surgery, that was almost exclusively where I was shopping before Sheen came out. And that was because they made stuff that, I guess you would say it was supposed to be for younger, overweight women, but I saw women of all ages in there, and I was definitely in my 40s and 50s when I
Mhm.
was shopping there. But they had just cute things that had shape to them, were fitted, weren't just big moo blousy things. They had things that are tailored and just made in bigger sizes. And I'm like, why
Yep.
couldn't we have done that the whole damn time, everyone? Because all the other plus size stores were very matronly, were very old
I
lady-ish.
really still
Being a
like,
young woman in the 80s and 90s and being overweight was hell because
yeah,
there was nothing cute.
not because of prices, but I really like Ross because they have such a good variety of plus size clothes.
Well, and
Like
they're getting
they have
them
all
in.
sorts of cute, like,
Ross
um,
and Marshalls and TJ Maxx, they are clearing houses for big fashion brands. So you can get some really nice fashion branded stuff in large sizes. I highly recommend those.
oh, totally.
And also just scouring your Goodwill. There's a lot of designer stuff and good plus size stuff that gets dropped off there that's
Or any
almost brand
size.
new. Yeah,
Yeah.
any size, any
Yeah.
size. But it's like, it is interesting how body shape, your body shape in the 70s and 80s could absolutely exclude you from what was fashionable and trendy.
Oh, totally.
They would not make it in plus
Not
sizes.
anymore though. Now
Not now. Now
you
you
can keep
can,
up
for
with
sure.
whatever trends. Like they have crop tops for plus size people, which would have been unheard of.
I'm
They
just
have
glad.
bikinis in
What
size
you're treating all
20.
humans like they're humans and they all deserve to have variety.
Do you know what it
Imagine
takes to get a bikini body?
having a body.
Putting a bikini on.
Yeah, just having a body.
Yeah.
Like anybody should wear a bikini. And like we
Yeah.
advocate for you. Please wear a bikini if you want to
Yes.
wear a bikini.
Yeah.
Wear whatever you want. Do not give a shit. It's about you. It's not, I
Yeah.
don't care what other people think.
Do you remember the trend where you would have like a pencil skirt and then a button-up shirt with a little peplum,
Oh,
like
the
a little
peplum.
flare?
Yeah,
That was
hold on. They always made the peplum in plus sizes because they figured we all wanted to be hiding our problem areas. And so what do? You just make this big old fluffy peplum. So yeah, it was just like this big flared, boxy, I don't know, right around your hip area. It
like
made
wearing
everybody look huge.
Yeah,
Didn't matter what
exactly.
size you were.
Yeah, equal
It was
opportunity.
not attractive or
Yeah.
flattering.
So,
No, don't wear
which are
peplums.
some trends that you wish would have stuck?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm going to be honest. I kind of like the stirrup pants. I kind of thought those were kind of fun.
Okay.
And now I see the practicality in them because I do wear like little boots a lot during, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool because then you don't have to worry about it bunching up over. So I kind of thought those were cute, and they're just like a legging. I mean, it
Yeah.
was just a legging with a little thing. Uh, I, in the winter now, I kind of wish leg warmers were still a thing.
Well, now they have the little boot cuffs.
Yeah.
That are kind of like a leg warmer, but they just tuck into the boot, so it, like, comes out of the boot. You know what I'm talking about? They're like little boot leg warmer things.
All I can think of right now is she's a maniac.
Yes!
Maniac.
I think it was like the
Flashdance and Fame.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
And
completely.
Jane Fonda, all the jazzercise stuff.
That stuff was actually kind of fun.
I feel like
I had so many ripped off, tore the neckline out of my sweatshirt. So it would go over one corner of your, like just one shoulder, Pat Benatar style. You'd have a little tank top on underneath. I still would wear that.
Totally.
Let's do that. It's just like, let's go rip up a sweatshirt and put a tank top underneath and just go around town and see if anybody says anything. Well, I'm 60. Should I be wearing this? Tell me I shouldn't. Go ahead. I dare you.
Yeah, I love to wear something that is not meant for my
town girl on the Saturday night. I'll go around singing that behind you.
It's not meant for my body type, and then it's like, what are you gonna say about it?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you think. Like, you don't like that I'm 52 and I have blue hair? That's cool because I didn't do it for you.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Didn't need your approval.
Yeah.
Wasn't seeking it.
So, this is so fun because there have been so many, and we didn't even touch even the tip of the iceberg.
No, there's
I'm
more.
sure. I really hope that shoulder pads don't come back because they were a lot to manage and they'd get like stuck weird.
Sometimes they'd go down your arm or they'd end up flapping out over onto your neck or something.
Yeah.
And I actually had ones you could remove, like they were Velcro.
Oh, yeah. Same.
Yeah, so you could have it with or without.
Shirts or
yes.
Yeah, totally.
We
would stack our shoulder pads to make them.
You want them really you wanted to look like your
linebacker.
Football player.
Yeah.
That was the absolute, and then it would go really into a V, like these big shoulders, and then the waist would go in.
Like Johnny Bravo.
Yes.
Don't all women want to look like Johnny Bravo?
Well, apparently we did in 1986. Apparently we did. Yeah, there was a lot. I mean, fur collars, like there was a time when having a little faux fur around your collar with like, the little
the scarves,
1950s
like all the scarves.
Sweaters came back with the little pearl buttons and the little, those little sweaters. There's poodle skirts came back for a while. Like,
they had like the swing dresses, all that kind of stuff. Broomstick skirts in the 90s.
Yeah.
Remember those? Those were
with the little granny boots. Do you remember the little granny boots with
and a black tank top? And speaking of grunge,
Well, and then there's a whole emo. There's all the emo.
Yeah, like leather jackets, the ones with fringe, or the ones that guys would wear if they were rockers.
The vegan leather jackets.
Oh, totally.
Vegan clothes.
Like Letterman's jackets in high school.
Pleather.
Did you guys have those?
Pleather. Oh yeah, Letterman's jackets. Yeah.
Are those still a thing? Do they still make those?
I think that people in sports still, like the varsity players and junior varsity.
I saw Letterman's jacket.
Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen.
Oh wait, I photographed somebody that wore one like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I think they still have them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I know I'm all for it. Like,
I know we're forgetting a ton.
We are. And you can tell us. You can remind us of the things we forgot.
Yeah, we want to know what we forgot. What were your favorites? What ones did you hate? What ones are you like, I can't believe you guys brought up blah, 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 blah.
Gunny sack dresses. Yes.
Yeah. I was reorganizing my closet the other day after a clutter episode. I've now been on a tear with cleaning because I realized, like, holy crap, I really do have a lot of clutter. And I realized that one of my pairs of jean shorts is acid washed. And I was like,
that, like, they used to put rocks in them to help acid wash them. And when you would get the jeans, sometimes there were still pebbles like in the pocket.
Oh, yeah.
From where they did
the jean shorts I'm wearing right now, I bought them with holes in them, which my dad is like
jeans with
my dad is like,
rips.
Why would you intentionally make it look like your clothes are torn up? And it's like,
that's still a thing.
Style.
Like,
I know, I'm wearing them right now. Literally,
yeah, like with little tears. I get distressed jeans. Are the ones I'm wearing. Look at all. I'm gonna show her. I'm gonna stand up. Look at, like, on the pocket.
Oh, she's got bedazzled booty.
Yeah, she's
like got bedazzled
back pockets.
Mine are just torn up, looking like the dog attacked him as a shoe toy.
And bedazzled jeans, bedazzled when all that happened. Wasn't that? Remember having a bedazzler?
Oh yeah,
like that was the 90s.
Or tie-dyed. I used to tie-dye stuff.
Yeah.
I have a tie-dye.
Which was from the 60s, which reoccurred again in the 80s. And I've seen it again recently.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that that's ever gone all the way out. I think there's always a tie-dye culture.
It's a fun project to do.
But yeah, bedazzling shit, like everything. Just putting rhinestones on stuff.
Oh, yeah. Why wouldn't you?
I'm for it. I'm for it. I'm pro
That was
bedazzling.
pretty blingy anyway.
I'm a blingy gal.
So you guys, which ones did we forget? Which ones are you glad we mentioned? Which ones did you forget existed until we said it? We want to know your take on what fashion trends have been over the years. And Shelly, as per usual, let's do some rapid fire.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Since we're doing fashion, I'm gonna go with some. I'm gonna go with a fashion question. Angie, would you rock a ripped t-shirt with all the little holes in it? Remember when they would kind of cut out little pieces like in the neckline?
I definitely don't own two of those currently.
Okay. Would you rock that? Or would you go for something more like a bedazzled t-shirt?
I also have some of those right now.
Yeah. So are you more of the rugged rock? The ripping?
I'm more comfort over fashion. I just want it to feel nice on my skin. And yeah, I like the look of ripped a little bit more than bedazzled. Bedazzled's a little too put together for me.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Favorite, if you were to go over the last 40 years, favorite pair of shoes you've ever owned?
Oh my goodness. My favorite shoes. I've had some of those like Vans and stuff. Those weren't really actually that comfortable. You know what? I'm going to go with the most comfortable, and I think we're cute and went with a lot of stuff, are peppermint twist boots.
I still have those.
I do too. They're black. They're just real simple. A little buckle on the side.
Dart in mine. Yeah. So we were in a acapella quartet called Peppermint Twist, and when you're in a quartet, you dress alike. So we have the same pair of boots because we were in. But
I've had those over 10 years now, and they still look really good.
Yeah,
I still wear them. They're comfortable to wear all day. So I'd have to say that's probably been my fave.
Wow, I love that.
I know.
Okay. Give me my next one.
Food. We have to go to food.
Why wouldn't we?
Okay, we're getting into the fall season, so it's time for all those wonderful fall things. But I'm going to go with kind of, would you rather have a carameled apple or...
It's going to be tough to beat, Shelly.
Oh, I already threw one out. That's good. Okay, then I have to think of something that's just as good. Would you rather have a carameled apple or would you rather have a really hearty, savory, warming stew? Two different fall foods.
Oh my God.
I know. Two different.
Oh, I mean, okay, probably the stew because I love a stew. I really do. I'm a big fan of it.
I love them in the fall so much. Beef
I read
stew
a
is
recipe yesterday for it's an African peanut stew.
Oh yeah, I've had that.
Holy crap, did that sound good?
Yeah, it is good.
So I'm like, once the weather turns, because we're in an extreme heat warning starting today.
Yeah.
So
but in 3 weeks it could be completely different.
3 weeks it's going to be snowing probably here in Washington. But
yeah, stew weather.
I love stew.
Yeah, me too.
love a caramel apple. I don't have them very often, but I actually bought the caramel sheets so that I could make them myself.
Yeah,
and I prefer to cut the apples.
It's like a tart apple with that caramel.
Yeah,
that's
to like core an apple and cut it in half and then lay the sheets over it and just eat it that way instead of having the.
Yep, love it.
Okay, Shelly, do you prefer Jell-O or pudding?
Jell-O.
Favorite flavor?
I like the berry one, like a cherry, and I like it with a little bit of whipped cream on it. But pudding kind of gooks me out sometimes. Like, I don't know, the consistency isn't always my favorite. Yeah, and if it's instant pudding, I like homemade, like old-fashioned kinds of pudding. But the instant
makes
ones,
a mean pudding, dude.
Yeah, I like smooth, silky
Her
pudding.
is so delicious.
But a lot of the instant ones, they just don't work for me. So Jell-O is better.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Well, this has been another episode of Hot Flash Chronicles podcast. Thank you so much for listening. If you have a moment, could you please give us a like, a follow, a subscribe, share us with your favorite humans, and even better, leave us a review wherever you're listening.
Share us with your not favorite humans. Just share us.
Yeah, just share us to everyone.
Yeah.
And with that, we will see you next time, and we bid you adieu.
Ciao.
Bye.
That's it for today's dose of midlife mischief on Hot Flash Chronicles. Thanks for listening and letting us overshare.
If you laughed, nodded along, or shouted same at any point, hit that subscribe button and share us with your favorite humans. And remember, we're still hot. just in flashes.